Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class Physical Education Unit 10 Training in Sports. And today topic strength and endurance. Definition, types and method of developing strength and endurance. First of all, define strength. Strength is the ability of the muscles to overcome resistance. It is the initial component of physical fitness. Barrow and McGill define muscular strength as the capacity of the individual to exert muscular force. Matthew defined it as the force that a muscle or group of muscle can exert against a resistance is one maximum effort. Types of strength. There are two types of strength. First, dynamic strength. Second, static strength. The first, dynamic strength. Dynamic strength can be called isotonic strength because it is related to the movement. In pull-ups and push-ups, we require dynamic strength. In performing such workout, there is a diminishing tendency in dynamic strength, and as a result, after some time, muscles refuse to do work. At the junction, man is not able to do even one extra pull-ups or push-up. Movements are clearly visual when someone uses dynamic strength. Dynamic strength can be divided into three parts. First, maximum strength. Second, explosive strength. Third, strength endurance. A. Maximum strength. It is the ability to work against resistance. For example, starting phase of sprint, takeoff in jump, etc. B. Explosive strength. It is the ability to overcome resistance with high speed. For example, weightlifting, shot put, discus throw, etc. C. Strength endurance. It is the ability to overcome resistance or act against resistance under condition of fatigue. For example, long run, swimming, cycling, etc. Second, static strength. Static strength is also called isometric strength. It is the ability of muscle to act against resistance. Static strength can be measured by dynamometer. This type of strength not seen directly. Some static strength is not usually applied in sports, but in weightlifting it is applied in phases. Method to improve strength. How to develop the strength? There are the three methods to develop the strength. First, isometric exercises, isotonic exercises, and isokinetic exercises. First, isometric exercises. Isometric exercises are those exercises which are visual. In fact, there is no direct movement. Muscles do not change their length. Isometric exercises is a form of exercises involving the static contraction of a muscle without any visual movement in the angle of the joint. The term isometric combines the Greek word iso means equal and metric means measuring, meaning that in these exercises the length of the muscle and the angle of the joint do not change through contraction. Strength may be varied. Example of the isometric exercise: work done, force into distance moving direction of force. Right? Force into distance moving direction of force. Second, isotonic exercises. Isotonic exercises are those exercises in which movement can be seen directly. Isotonic movement is a type of muscle contraction. The term isotonic comes from ancient Greek and roughly translated into same tension or same tone. This means isotonic exercises keep the muscle at the same tension throughout the movement. Length of the muscles can be increased by isotonic exercises. Muscles become flexible. Most exercise regime include isotonic exercises. For example, running, jumping on the spot, squat, pull-ups, push-up, bench press, etc. And last exercise is isokinetic exercises. Isokinetic exercises are performed on machines. These exercises were developed by Perrin in 1968. These exercises involve a specific type of muscle contraction, which is usually not applicable in sports and games except in water sport such as rowing and swimming. The exercise machine created different level of resistance. That way, your movements are at a constant speed no matter how much force you apply. Whatever your strength level is, the machine can always match the amount of force you apply. With help of these exercises, explosive strength and strength endurance can be improved. Right? Endurance definitions and types and method of developing endurance. That first meaning of endurance. Endurance is the ability to sustain an activities. According to Barrow and McGill, endurance as the result of a physiological capacity of the individual to sustain movement over a period of time. According to Harry, endurance is the ability to resist fatigue. Types of endurance vary from sports to sports. Basically, there are two types of endurance, that is, short term endurance and long term endurance. Types of endurance can be studied under the following heads. First, endurance according to nature of activities, and second, endurance according to duration of activities. Endurance according to nature of activity. There are the three types of endurance. First, basic endurance, second, general endurance, and third, specific endurance. A. Basic endurance. It is also called aerobic endurance. For example, walking, slow running, etc. General endurance, ability to resist fatigue satisfactorily caused by different activities. Activities are aerobic and anaerobic in a nature. For example, long run, cycling, jumping squat, etc. C. Specific endurance. Ability to resist fatigue caused by a specific or particular sport. For boxer in boxing combat efficiently in the 3 round for 3 minutes each. Right? Method to improve endurance. There are the three methods to develop the endurance. First, continuous training method, second, interval training method, and third, partner training method. The first, continuous training method. Best method to improve endurance. Involve low intensity exercises for longer period of time without a rest or break. A performer normally performs continuous training for not less than 30 minutes in this aerobic training zone. The rate of heartbeat remain in between 140 to 160 per minute beats per minute. This is a very important, 140 to 160 beats per minute. Cross country race is good example of continuous training method. Duration of exercise can be increased according to the endurance ability of the sports person. Advantage: first, increases glycogen level in muscle and liver. Increases numbers and size of mitochondria. Third, improve willpower, efficiency of lungs and heart also increases. Fourth, make the individual self-confident and self-disciplined. Interval training method. Baiken famous athlete coach of Ferdinand introduced this training method in year 1920. He, he stressed on the importance of rhythm between work and rest in the method are called tertiary training. He used to run 400 meter 10 to 20 times daily instead of 10 to 20 miles daily. This training method is based upon effort and recovery. This training method based upon effort and recovery involve period of exercises or work followed by period of rest. It is effective at improving cardiovascular fitness, muscular endurance, speed, recovery time, and lacticity. Typically, interval training involves a work-rest ratio of 1 ratio 2, for example. Exercising for 30 seconds, resting for 1 minute, the length of work period and rest is dependent on your instant outcome. An example interval training is 30 second hard, 1 minute active rest, complete 10 rounds. So what are the advantages? First, progress of athlete can be measured easily. More workout is shorter duration. Third, more beneficial for respiratory and circulatory system. Fourth, athlete can achieve his/her peak performance in short time. Last method, Fartlek training method. Gustav Holmert developed Fartlek training in 1937. Fartlek is Swedish word for speed play, means speed play, and is a form of continuous training duration which the speed of the activity is vary so that both aerobic and anaerobic energy system are stressed. This could involve period of sprinting, jogging or walking or could include uphill, downhill and flat running. Due to the nature of the different intensity, this type of training is useful for improving cardiovascular fitness, muscular endurance, speed recovery, time and lactate. The amount of lactic acid you can tolerate. This is often a more demanding for training compared to continuous training due to the high intensity. Example of Fartlek training, Fartlek session, 5-minute jog to warm up, sprint for 30 seconds, jog for 90 seconds, run approx 75 percentage for 50 seconds, jog for 90 seconds, repeat at 6 times. Advantage, first, it is good for aerobic and anaerobic fitness. Second, it is good for cardiovascular endurance. Third, more athletes can take part in this training. Fourth, no equipment required, easy to conduct. Right? Thank you very much. Have a nice day.